Welcome to Dreamland Chronicles. I'm your host, Noah. Thank you for choosing to join us. Before we begin, find a comfortable position, set aside all your tasks, and let's enter a state of tranquility together. Firstly, let's take a deep breath together. Inhale slowly, then exhale gently. Repeat a few times, allowing your breath to become deeper and more rhythmic. Now, use your senses to feel every part of your body. From head to toe, notice any tension or discomfort. Just acknowledge their presence without striving to change them. As you continue to breathe deeply, let's alleviate the tension in your body by gradually relaxing your muscles. Starting from the head, moving downward, gently release each muscle. Feel that comfortable, light sensation, as if an invisible, comforting hand is gently embracing you. Shift your attention to your thoughts. Don't strive to eliminate them. Just let them quietly float by, like clouds drifting in the sky. You are merely an observer, unaffected by these thoughts. Let's take another deep breath, absorbing tranquility and peaceful energy. In this moment, you are safe, serene, and anything can wait until tomorrow. Thank you for participating in tonight's scientific relaxation moment. May you have a peaceful night and sweet dreams. Now, as you drift toward sleep, I'll hand the microphone over to Nicole to tell us a story.
The Spring Festival, also known as the Lunar New Year, marks the beginning of a new year and is the most important traditional festival for the Chinese people, also referred to as Eve of the Lunar New Year's Eve. The term New Year's Eve signifies the last night of the old year, known as year's end, indicating the end of the old year and the arrival of the new year. Chu means to remove or eliminate, while Shu refers to evening. Presumably, many people have already embarked on their journey home. Do you know about the origins and customs of the Spring Festival? Let's explore together. Regarding the origin of the Spring Festival, due to the lack of ancient literary records, its exact origins cannot be directly traced. However, throughout history, numerous legends and stories have been passed down, serving as its origin. One legend recounts an event over 2,000 years ago when Emperor Shun, a legendary ruler of ancient China, led his people to worship the heavens and the earth on a specific day, which subsequently became recognized as the first day of the Lunar New Year. It is said that this marks the origin of the Chinese New Year, later known as the Spring Festival. Another legend tells of a mythical beast called Neon that would emerge every winter and wreak havoc, causing fear and destruction among people and livestock. To fend off the beast, people devised a clever plan. They set up piles of wood in their courtyards and placed tables outside their doors adorned with offerings such as pig heads, cow heads, sheep heads, dog heads. Upon seeing these offerings, however, as soon as the beast approached, people would ignite the wood piles, strike drums and gongs, and set off fireworks, creating a blaze of light and sound that frightened the beast away. This tradition evolved into the widespread practice of hanging red couplets, setting off firecrackers, and keeping vigil through the night on New Year's Eve, which became the most grandiose traditional festival in Chinese folklore. The character Neon and Chunji, which means Spring Festival, symbolizes a prosperous and bountiful harvest. For thousands of years, people have referred to a good harvest in the lunar calendar, Neon Cheng Hao, and regarded the first day of the lunar calendar as Nianhui, signifying the beginning of the year. The name Spring Festival was derived from the year's name, a tradition dating back to the Zhou dynasty and officially established during the Western Han dynasty, continuing to this day. However, in ancient times, the first day of the lunar calendar was referred to as Diwandan, which changed after the victory of the Xinhai Revolution, when the Provisional Government of the Republic of China in Nanjing decided to use the Gregorian calendar for administrative purposes, setting January 1st day, while the first day of the lunar calendar became known as the Spring Festival. On September 27, 1949, with the establishment of the People's Republic of China, the first day of January in the Gregorian calendar was officially designated as New Year's Day, commonly known as the Solar New Year, or as the first day of the lunar calendar. During the Spring Festival, both the Han Chinese and most ethnic minorities in China hold various celebratory activities, mainly consisting of worshiping gods and ancestors, ushering in the new year, bidding farewell to the old, and welcoming prosperity and happiness. Traditional customs in China. Ancestral worship. The form of ancestral worship varies according to local customs. Some visit ancestral graves in the wilderness or ancestral temples, while most families arrange ancestral tablets in the main hall of their homes along with offerings. Family members then pay homage in order of seniority, offering incense and bowing. Though the forms of ancestral worship may vary, most families perform rituals on New Year's Eve, removing the offerings after the Lantern Festival, and relatives at incense must also pay respects to and visiting for New Year's greetings. Posting spring couplets. Spring couplets, also known as door couplets or spring scrolls, are a form of couplet. The widespread use of spring couplets began in the Ming Dynasty, associated with the advocacy of Emperor Su Yaoanshan. According to the records of Qin Shangus and Yunlazishu, during one New Year celebration, Su Yaoanshan ordered that every household must post a spring couplet on their doors to celebrate. Originally, spring couplets were written on peachwood boards, later on paper. Peachwood is red in color, symbolizing auspiciousness and warding off evil, hence spring couplets are mostly written on red paper. Alongside posting spring couplets, many households also affix large Fu characters on their doors, walls, and lintels. Fu represents happiness and blessings, expressing people's aspirations for a happy life and a bright future. To further embody these wishes and blessings, families across China also have the custom of pasting door gods. Originally, door gods were carved from peach wood in human form and hung beside doors, later evolving into painted portraits of door gods affixed to doors. Since the Tang Dynasty, door gods have been depicted as military figures such as Qin Huang and Yu Qigong, or as Guan Yu and Chang Fai. A pair of door god portraits, one representing civil and the other martial virtues, are commonly affixed on each side of the door. Setting up altars for heaven and earth. This is a temporary altar set up specifically for New Year's Eve, known as the altar for heaven and earth. Generally, families without grand ancestral halls do not pay special attention to the altar for heaven and earth. This altar is mainly used for receiving deities. The contents of the altar for heaven and earth differ from regular ancestral halls. Besides the common items such as incense, candles, offerings of 5 grains, and large offerings, the deities worshipped here are mostly temporary. The placement of the altar for heaven and earth is also not uniform. If the house is spacious, it can be placed indoors, otherwise, it is placed outdoors. According to legend, this night is when the gods descend from the heavens, hence the custom of receiving them. Setting off firecrackers. There is a saying in Chinese folklore, setting off firecrackers to usher in the new year. It is customary for every household to ignite firecrackers as the first thing upon the arrival of the new year, to bid farewell to the old and welcome the new with a cacophony of popping and crackling firecrackers. Firecrackers, also known as Daojianzhong, are a special product of China with a history spanning over 2,000 years. Wang Yanqi's poem, New Year's Day, illustrates the joyous scene of the grand spring festival celebration. With firecrackers sounding, the old year is cast aside. The warm spring breeze sends warmth into the peach blossom wine. In a myriad of homes, the first rays of the sun replace the old with new peach blossoms. This paints a vivid picture of the exuberant festivities of the Chinese people during the Spring Festival. Reunion Dinner. The reunion dinner, held on New Year's Eve, is the most lively and joyous occasion for families during the Spring Festival. The New Year's dishes are prepared in advance, but the reunion dinner itself is cooked on New Year's Eve. In the northern regions, dumplings are traditionally eaten on the first day of the new year, symbolizing the transition from the old to the new. The tradition of eating dumplings during the spring festival dates back to the Han Dynasty. Legend has it that Zhang Zhangjing, a renowned physician, witnessed people suffering from frostbite during the cold winter months. To remedy this, he concocted a frostbite healing soup using mutton, chili peppers, and other warming herbs, shaping the dough into ear, like fawns as tender ears, which, when cooked and consumed, warmed the body and alleviated frostbite. Since then, people have been making dumplings in ear-like shapes to commemorate this event. Staying up late. Staying up late on New Year's Eve is one of the most important customs during the Spring Festival. New Year's Eve refers to the last night of the lunar calendar year, which connects to the first day of the new year. The significance of staying up late on New Year's Eve lies in cherishing the passing of time and welcoming the new year with hope and anticipation. The tradition of staying up late on New Year's Eve can be traced back to ancient times. The earliest recorded mention is found in the Feng Dizi of the Western Jin dynasty. The custom of staying up late on New Year's Eve has evolved over time, symbolizing bidding farewell to the old and embracing the new. The Tang Dynasty Emperor Taizong, in his poem, wrote amidst the firecrackers, "The old year fades away. The warm spring breeze brings warmth into the peach blossom wine." This tradition has left a lasting impression, evoking nostalgia and reflection. Giving lucky money. Lucky money, known as Yasuikian, is money given by elders to juniors as a symbol of blessings and encouragement for them to grow and progress in the new year. In some families, parents place lucky money under their children's pillows after they fall asleep, while in others, children gather in the main hall, bowing and wishing their grandparents and parents a happy new year before receiving their red envelopes. Giving lucky money during the Spring Festival demonstrates the love and care of elders towards the younger generation, and the respect of the younger generation towards their elders. Drinking Desu wine. Desu wine is a type of medicinal wine. In ancient customs, families would drink Desu wine together on New Year's Day to dispel any negative energy. While drinking alcohol, it is customary for younger people to drink first. However, when drinking Desu wine, the order is reversed. The younger members of the family drink first to celebrate growing older, while the older members drink last as a way to bid farewell to another year of aging. Suzai, a Song Dynasty literary figure, wrote in his poem, "Every year, we drink Desu wine at the end, unaware of the 70-plus years that have passed. This unique drinking order often evokes deep emotions, leaving a lasting impression. Reserving rice for the next year. In northern China, some families prepare a pot of rice before New Year's Day, intending to reserve it for the new year, known as Qinian Fan, symbolizing the hope for surplus food year after year, with the intention of consuming the rice throughout the year, reflecting the prudent use of resources. Paying New Year visits. On the first day of the new year, people rise early, dress in their finest attire, and visit relatives and friends, exchanging New Year's greetings and wishing each other good fortune for the coming year. There are various ways to pay New Year visits, including visiting elders with a group of relatives, inviting peers to join in the visits, or gathering together for group celebrations. Due to the time-consuming nature of door-to-door visits, some high-ranking officials and literati began exchanging New Year's greeting correspondence, which later evolved into the custom of sending New Year's cards. May you have a deep and peaceful sleep on this tranquil night. Let pleasant dreams accompany you all through the night until the first light of dawn. Looking forward to our next meeting. Good night, and may you have sweet dreams.